So Gary Vee personally invited me to his New York City office, and this is what happened. It all started with a DM. I'll never forget it. January 5th, 2023, I look at my inbox and Gary Vee's right on top telling me to keep pushing and Happy New Year. Now, it made my whole year. I was pumped, but I took it as motivation. That was it. Cool, I got a DM from him. I kept it pushing after that. 2 days later, hits me with another DM with a video. Now, this video was sent to me and a couple other creators, essentially asking us to fill out a Google Doc so he'd have our information. He's put together this VIP list, and it's for like free swag, opportunities, things like that. Now I'm just blown away at this point. Like, what is my life? A few weeks later, he actually sent me this shirt, which is like an exclusive V Friends shirt, one of my favorite shirts of all time. And that was about it. I did hit him up like once or twice over the year just with a question or two, and he always answered me right away and gave me advice, which is just incredible. Like, what a guy. Like, people, Gary Vee really is the real deal. But anyway, fast forward to this year, I hit him up with a question. I said, hey Gary, I could really use your advice. I plateaued on TikTok and IG with followers. I have my niche and all my videos do well with views, but I'm having trouble growing. I know I need to post more, and I was thinking about pivoting and trying out different content, but I don't know what will work without going too far outside of my niche as a DJ. What should I do? He responds right away saying, come through the office in NYC. I'll connect you with Zach. He will help. I'm like, holy shit. Holy shit. Then he puts me in a group chat with him and Zach, says, Nick and Zach, let's get in the office and help with content, etc. Get people together. And then Zach took over. He helped me schedule the day, the time, everything. And just like that, in a matter of minutes, I have a scheduled time to go to Gary Vee's office. So my meeting was scheduled at 1 o'clock, and everyone knows how fun it is to drive to New York City, so I decided to hop on a train instead. Now, I woke up at the crack of crack. I was in my truck at 6:30 a.m. driving to the train station. I basically took a train from Hamilton to Philly, 30th Street Station. Then from there, I hopped on an Amtrak to go to NYC. And just a total side note, but I always love train stations. I think they're so cool. They're always like just epic, huge, beautiful masterpieces. And I think it's because like train stations are like the first thing you see when you go to a city, like especially like back in the day. So if you open up a massive like bomb ass train station, that's like a flex. That's like, yo, come to this city, you know, welcome. Anywho, I arrive in New York City. What's up, Empire State Building? Love to see it. We're actually in Manhattan in a section called Hudson Yards. Hudson Yards is like brand new. Back in the day, it was a little rough, but nowadays, I don't know. They put up a lot of nice buildings. There's a lot of businesses that have headquarters everywhere. Pretty cool stuff. All right, so I'm here, this building right there, and I am an hour and a half early. Better be safe than sorry, right? So now what? I gotta find something to do. So right next door, there was a super high-end mall that I went and walked around a little bit, you know, Tiffany stores, all kinds of shit like that. Really nice. And after walking around, found a little place to sit down. And at this point, I'm really freaking out in my head. Like, am I gonna meet Gary? Am I not gonna meet Gary? Am I underdressed? You know, what am I gonna say? Should I have questions prepared? I do, but too many questions or not enough questions, or what's gonna happen? I'm freaking out, people. I'm freaking out. But finally, the time has come. I head over to 10 Hudson Yards, and I go check in with security to head up to his office. Security's pretty crazy. So you go up to this desk, you talk to this dude, he calls up, make sure it's legit. Then they give you the super special pass, which has a QR code. It scans at the gate, which brings you to the elevators. And then I had to take the elevator up to the 25th floor. Now I got up to the 25th floor, and he basically has the whole floor on lock. It's huge. You walk in, it's just nothing but hustle and bustle. People walking around doing this. There's meetings happening, views for days. I mean, I'm just walking around just in awe. I've never seen an operation like this. By far, the nicest and coolest office I've ever seen. I mean, tons of desks for everybody. They got a really cool like cafe or kitchen, you want to call it, with water, coffee, whatever you need is all kind of stocked there. And then look, guys, it's Gary Vee's office. It's the office, but no Gary Vee. So yeah, Gary Vee wasn't there, so I didn't get a chance to meet him, unfortunately, but I met with one of his right-hand guys, a dude named Zach that we were talking about earlier, who scheduled all this, and he gave me tons of advice. He's basically like an ex-professional baseball player that slid into Gary's DMs. Gary hired him, and he's been working for him ever since, and he wears a lot of hats. He does like a little bit of everything in the entire company. Like, the dude knows his shit, too, and we sat down, we exchanged stories and stuff, and then like he gave me so many good little nuggets and advice, and just talking about how I can pivot my content and just different content ideas. And, you know, just it was a really cool conversation. Now, I don't have any footage from it because I was kind of, you know, talking to him. I didn't want to, you know, have a camera in his face. I was intimidated as it was being in the office. So that's the only thing I didn't really get footage of, but super productive meeting. And again, I can't express enough how like thankful I am that like Gary Vee would bring me up there for free, like let me come and get all this free advice that's like worth a lot of money. I mean, these people do huge things. Gary Vee's company, VaynerX, is insane. They do marketing, they do advertising, they've done multiple Super Bowl commercials. They have agencies like Vayner Sports where they manage professional athletes. He's got V Friends now, trading cards. They're doing live breaks right in the office. It's crazy. It's just crazy. It was so motivating going up there. Like, I was wagging my tail. So afterwards, I headed home. I made sure to DM Gary Vee and thank him for everything. He hit me with an old school smiley face, and now I got to get to work. I'm more motivated than ever. Part of the reason why I'm even doing this vlog now, like I'm trying to come out with a video every week. I have a whole new strategy moving forward into 2024 and beyond. So if you're not subscribed, please do so. You're going to see a lot of content out of me, and I want to make Gary proud. So as always, thank you for watching, people, and I'll see you at the next one.